Most people in the world know that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the most impactful civil rights activists in the 1960s. He was a leader who believed in nonviolent, peaceful protest to end racial segregation and provide people of all races with opportunity for a better life. Many people feel that the country could really use Dr. King right now. Fortunately, Inclusive Leaders Group's award-winning virtual educational session returns again in 2025. What Dr. King would teach today's employees about allyship is a 60-minute virtual, interactive, live facilitated-led session that is perfect to celebrate MLK Jr. Day, Black History Month, and allyship and inclusion throughout the entire year. Here's a big hint. Today, King would teach more than about just race and racial allyship. Racial equality and social justice would remain at the forefront of his advocacy efforts. However, the What Dr. King Would Teach Today's Employees About Allyship session shares excerpts from King's most famous speeches and describes an initiative King launched later in his life that suggests that King's view of allyship and inclusion today would be broader and more holistic. In 1968, Dr. King launched the Poor People's Campaign, an initiative that was motivated by a desire for economic justice, the idea that all people should have what they need to live. Many leaders and people of Native American, Puerto Rican, Mexican American, and poor white communities in Appalachia pledged themselves to the Poor People's Campaign. Today, over 55 years later, the Poor People's Campaign continues with this unfinished work to build lasting economic power for poor and impacted people of all races and religions. Allyship today is a social justice and workplace culture term that refers to the actions and behaviors of people in positions of power and privilege to support marginalized groups. Inclusive Leaders Group's What Dr. King Would Teach Today's Employees About Allyship learning experience involves embracing all aspects of diversity, equity, and inclusion, not just one. All underrepresented and marginalized employees need allies. When you embrace allyship, you become a superhero of empathy, compassion, and understanding. Not only does it ignite a fire of personal growth within you, but it also transforms organizations into vibrant ecosystems of creativity, innovation, and collaboration. The late Dr. King remains a powerful and insightful thought leader even today. Experience how much by scheduling What Dr. King Would Teach Today's Employees About Allyship, an excellent employee education and team building activity for an inclusive workplace.